Hi there, this is True North here. I just received a email from also04 in regards to my challenge about the Chris Benoit tributes. Now, I thank you for contacting me. I appreciate your taking the time to go over this. Now, your email was nice, calm, cool, collected. Now, I am going to be taking it apart, though, so don't take this the wrong way. Let's begin. Now, I've taken some notes here, so if I'm not looking directly at the camera, it's because I'm reading the notes that I've jotted down from your email. Now, the first major point that you make is that Chris Benoit had skill to not inflict pain. That's part of the biz. It's kind of like stage acting, what they do. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't cause each other pain and get hurt while wrestling, but it's something that you kind of have to be prepared to not cause as much damage as you can in order to be a pro wrestler. Okay, your next major point was his professionalism. At one point you say he's protecting his opponents and also not taking advantage of his opponents. Well, that all entirely depends on the kind of character that you're trying to portray in the pro wrestling ring, depending on whether you're a good guy or a bad guy. That still, again, does not speak anything about the man himself. Okay. 18 years old, you stated that was too late for him to start with the Greco-Roman style. No. He still could have taken the time to get into the Greco-Roman style of wrestling. Could have taken odd jobs here and there while he trained himself up. The only drawbacks I can see as to why he didn't go into Greco-Roman was that, one, the potential for steroid use, which has always been taboo within the pro wrestling, or I should say the professional wrestling, in so much as, say, Olympic competitions. And it just doesn't have the paycheck that pro wrestling does. Okay, you say he's got no ego. He has to have an ego. All wrestlers are performers. If they don't have the ego to sell themselves, then they're not going to gain a following. I mean, you don't become a popular wrestler by sitting in the back corner going, "Hey, hello." Now, he has to have had a big head. It's part of the job. If they don't have it, then they're just not going to be pulling people in. And then they're going to be relegated to the minor shows, or just going into another line of business. Okay, now your next point about him being an inspiration in the locker room, that was pretty ambiguous. You don't really cite anything there. Now many other wrestlers, many other people are inspirations. What are the inspirations for? How is he inspiring in the locker room? Is it because he's in the locker room and everyone's inspired by his package? Just what about him? Okay. Next point. Now, this is more a comment about my video itself. Now, I admit that I may not have phrased this as clearly as I intended about my demands to have the videos taken down. My demands were directed not at any one person. It was directed at the individuals who put these tributes up in the first place. That they're the ones who take these down. Now, your usage of the word unconstitutional, I assume you're referring to freedom of speech. It's true that these people have freedom of speech on their own websites. However, this is not their website. This is YouTube. YouTube runs the site, and they pretty much judge what's said and what's not said. We don't have freedom of speech here. Unless I legislated something, this isn't an unconstitutional battle or something that affects a base freedom. Okay. Alright. And you then go on to say that shouldn't focus on what he did outside of the ring, but let people celebrate the person who was in the ring, or celebrate the man, not the crime, essentially. The man committed the crime. If you're saying celebrate the person in the ring, we've already established that he's putting on a character in the ring. You're celebrating a fake person, an imaginary character. Okay. Now you then went on to a bit of a issue regarding wrestling itself. Now, you say it's a slap in the face to call wrestling fake to those who participate in it. It is fake. There's no recognized league or board that judges or ranks the performance of individual wrestlers compared to one another. The salaries are not awarded based on their stats, like in real sports, but on their popularity and how much of a draw they do. So, yeah, it hurts, but it's fake. Okay, they put their bodies on the line for entertainment. There's a lot of entertainers who do that. There's a lot of stuntmen, some actors, stage performers. Doesn't make them humanitarian of the year. It just means they're willing to put their bodies on the line. I mean, there's a lot of people who put their bodies on the line for other reasons, like firefighters and cops. Okay. And let's see. Running out of time here. Comparison to movies. Wrestlers are actors. I don't see people jumping up and down to worship actors for what they do on the big screen. Okay. And yes, they do things that normal human beings can't do. Well, that's normal human beings who aren't pumping iron all day, and in some cases are doping themselves up. There's plenty of people who do things much more spectacular than wrestlers. Like, again, the aforementioned firefighters and police officers, soldiers. So, there's people who do a lot more than they do. Okay. Well, I do thank you for your response. And I hope that you have a great day. This is True North out, and you have a good evening.